What is up, gang? Happy Thursday. I just wanted to kind of jump on and give a little PSA, a public service announcement, specifically to all of my lean clients who are rolling into the end of week 1, which is technically week 2. But my name is Amanda Nybert. I'm a registered dietitian, and my goal is to provide you with relevant nutritional strategies to help you stay on track with your weight loss, health, wellness, whatever your goals are for 2020. And my PSA, my public service announcement today is about the scale, because we love, especially as women, to live and die by the scale. And personally, I think the scale sucks. So if you're watching this, create a watch party right now, and you can share this to your friends and family, because this is information that everyone needs to recognize. That anytime that you start to implement healthy changes into your lifestyle, that very first week, you're gonna lose weight. You're gonna see progress. The scale is going to move. And it's not necessarily about fat. It's not that you lost 5 pounds of fat in the first week. It's actually more associated with inflammation. Inflammation is the underlying factor of all disease, all weight, everything kind of negative going on in your body. So anytime you do something better, like even just small shifts, like I'm gonna drink water instead of Coke, I'm gonna eat more veggies instead of starches. Anytime you make those small shifts, your body's going to respond in a positive way, because you're doing things to reduce inflammation. Now, everyone is carrying anywhere from 3 to 6 pounds of just pure inflammation at any time. So typically that first week you're on your kind of like diet, when you see the scale move so significantly, it's not necessarily all an observation of fat loss. It's probably a little bit of fat loss and a lot of inflammation, So here's the deal. Last week, I launched my first session of Lean last Monday. And last Saturday, Sunday, I started to get like texts and DMs and all sorts of things from clients that were like, Amanda, I know you told me not to jump on the scale, but I did, and I've lost 5 pounds, and I'm so excited. And, I lost 3 pounds, and I'm so excited. Like, it's like, I know you told me not to, but I did, but it was okay because it was good, and I'm really pumped, and I'm really motivated. And all my responses were, yay, I'm so happy for you. I'm glad you're doing well, but don't get on the scale next week. But don't be surprised if you don't like the scale next week, okay? Because here's the deal. You're gonna see that progress in week 1 because of that inflammation. Now, in week 2, at the end, you may not lose anything. And heaven forbid, you may actually gain weight. Then you're done, okay? And that's where people fail at dieting. They dictate their progress, they dictate their success on the scale. So it worked in week 1, but it didn't work in week 2, so it's never gonna work, so now I give up. Who can agree with that? Thumbs up, heart. Start a watch party, because I bet you a lot of your friends, a lot of your female friends feel that way. We're so quick to give up and feel defeated that things ain't working, all right? Because it worked for somebody else, but it's probably not gonna work for me, because nothing works for me. And here's the thing, is most people just don't give the process time to work, okay? Slow and steady wins the race. And the things that I teach in Lean, my goal, Lean, I don't know if you know this, stands for living energized and nourished. And the whole concept of lean is to get you thinking about a lifestyle shift, okay? Because whatever you do to lose the weight, you must be prepared to do to keep it off. And so there are a lot of people right now in January doing a lot of crazy things to lose weight. Can you agree? You have that coworker that's, maybe they're doing keto and they're living on, butter and bacon, or maybe they're doing, a shake, a liquid diet, and they're living on 6 shakes a day, or maybe they're doing low carb and, they're eating low carb all day long. And the reality is that, those plans all have a great place and purpose, but they're not sustainable. And that's why people struggle with long-term success, is because they want quick results, okay? We're not willing to recognize that slow and steady wins the race. You want immediate results, okay? You want to lose 30 pounds between now and spring break. And I get it, but guess what? It didn't take you 6 weeks to gain 30 pounds. So it's not going to come off in 30 pounds in 6 weeks. And if it does come off in 6 weeks, you're probably going to gain it all back. So it's really important to look at sustainable change. So you loved the scale last week. You get on the scale and all of a sudden you're pissed, okay? You're pissed because you worked just as hard in week 2 as you did week 1, but you got no results. And now you're apt to give up. And so that's why my PSA to you guys, my public service announcement is, please don't get on the scale. Don't get on the scale in week 2. You're not going to like it. It's not going to be what you want. It's definitely not going to be the same weight loss you saw in week 1 because your inflammation is already low. You've already lost kind of that edema, that fluid, that puffiness. So many of my clients are talking about how they just feel leaner, I feel less bloated. That's inflammation. It's gone. All right. So now we're working on the fat metabolism. But here's the deal. In the program that I run, it takes a while for the body to become fat adapted. Okay. And a lot of people don't realize that. I talked a little bit about this, and I think it was on my Insta stories, which do roll over to Facebook, but I don't know. Do people watch Facebook stories? I don't know. But I talked about the fact that you have to look at your body in December as the laziest POS on the planet, okay? It was sitting on the couch with its feet up, doing nothing but living its best life and watching Netflix all day. Because carbohydrates, sugar, processed food are quick energy. Okay, they're metabolized really rapidly. They take very little energy to break down. It is the preferred source of fuel for the body because it's easy fuel. All right. Fat is not easy fuel. All right. The body has to work really hard to get that fat fuel. Okay. So in December, you're carb adapted. Your body is living on carbs. Okay. Now we're in week 2 of, honing in your nutrition, being more carb conscious. I do not promote a low carb lifestyle, being more focused about those things. And so now your body, while we allow carbs, we don't allow a ton of carbs. We definitely don't allow the amount of carbs that you were eating last week. Who can guess what the average amount of carbohydrates an American eats? I talk about this all the time. Put it in the comments below. We ain't eating that many carbs, that's for sure. So now the body doesn't have that quick energy, doesn't have that immediate energy. So now it has to go look for fat. It's got to find the fat. It's got to pull the fat. It's got to convert the fat, and it's got to use the fat. It's like a 12-step program to break down stored fat. And that's why a lot of my clients this week are talking about feeling fatigued and lethargic, like feeling like they don't have a lot of energy because your body is using a lot of energy to break down your stored fat. Your body's lazy. It's used to running on carbohydrates. Now we got rid of all those immediate carbohydrates and we're managing our carbs in our diet. So now it's having to work harder. So it takes a while for your body to become fat adapted. I'd say 3, 4, 5 weeks. It doesn't happen overnight, So until your body gets fat adapted, you're not going to feel 100%. Okay. Until your body gets fat adapted, you know, the scale may level out a little bit. So it's important to recognize that. The other thing that's important to recognize is that, you know, average weight loss should be looked at as like a half a pound to a pound a week. Okay. So if you lose 5 pounds in the first week, you have to recognize that you are potentially 5 to 10 weeks ahead of schedule. Okay. So if you lose 5 pounds in the first week, you may not lose for the next 5 weeks. Does that mean you've hit a plateau? Nope, it doesn't. That does not mean you've hit a plateau. Okay. Now, if after the 5 weeks, you go 5 more weeks or 4 more weeks or 3 more weeks of being on track, that's important, and you don't see any results, then yes, that's a plateau. You know, when you stop averaging that half a pound to a pound a week, that's when we talk about plateaus. So don't live and die by the scale. I'm actually, like I said, I am all in. I am on week number 2. And I took some before pictures, and I'm going to share with you my progress. Slow, it's slow, but I see it in my photos. Has the scale moved? No, but for me, the scale doesn't move, okay? I ain't gonna be any skinnier on the scale, and I know that about myself, but I definitely have areas to work on. But if I focus on the scale, I'm gonna always be disappointed. So I focus on photos. So I'm taking photos about every 2 weeks, and that's how I'm measuring my progress. So I want to share with you my progress over the last 2 weeks. I'll probably put it in the comments below on Instagram. I'll put it at the end of the video. So I would love to hear your feedback on this topic. I encourage you to stay off the scale. I encourage you to trust the process of whole food nutrition. I mean, I'm sorry, I cannot, there's no easier way, okay? There's no quick fix. There's no fast returns. It has to be all about your health, your overall health. It has to be about living energized and nourished as your first goal. Your secondary goal has to be weight loss. You know, I talked about that earlier. Please don't make your weight loss, your goals, your New Year's resolutions weight loss. You will be disappointed. Make your New Year's resolution to eat healthier in 2020. To drink more water in 2020. Because I promise you, if you do all of those kind of healthy lifestyle shifts consistently, the weight loss will come. It's inevitable, okay? So that's why you love the scale the first week and you're gonna hate it the second week. But I encourage you, even if you do jump on that scale, don't give up, okay? You are not a number. You are more than a number. This is all about getting you to the healthiest point with whichever number you want. So if you found this information beneficial, I promise you your friends and family will too. So please use that share button and share it with them so they can see it. If you have any questions about inflammation and the pesky scale, also if you have any comments, there's a bunch of you commenting on here, which I love that. I would love to hear your comments on this topic below. I think it's super empowering when women can finally, get out of the grips of that stupid, product. I would love to hear that too. And if you're looking to dial in your health and wellness, you're kind of already struggling, 2 or 3 weeks into the new year, I would love to help you. No gimmicks, no pills, no potions, no quick fixes in my lean program. Just sustainable lifestyle changes with so much education and so much support. And that's what sets lean apart. When you understand the why behind the how, you follow through. When you have someone helping you, supporting and commenting and answering your questions on a daily basis, you see results. You have progress. So I want to help you do that. I have a session starting on Monday with a handful of spots left. So we'll see you then. Happy weekend. Enjoy it. Talk to you soon.